Which way is the truck? No, wait a minute. Didn't we come that way? Yeah, those are the questions that can get your heart just pounding when you're out in the bush, right? You get out there, you get turned around, all of a sudden, everything starts to look the same. It's happened to me, it's happened to friends of mine. Luckily, it's never happened to me for any great length of time, and I've made it out the same day. It did happen to a friend of mine where he had to spend the night in the forest, and let me tell you, when you're not prepared, that is a rough and terrible thing to have to do. So here's the thing, stick with me until the end, folks, because this is going to be advice that you haven't heard before. Now, most of the time you'd say, well, I'm not going to get lost in the bush, right? Because I've got my Apple Watch, it's got GPS, I've got my phone, I've got a spot, with me. I've got everything that I need. I know exactly where I am, and heck, it's winter time. I can just follow my trail. Okay, well, that is so, and you're absolutely correct. But these things happen at times that, I don't know, they happen when you're least expecting it, when you're unprepared. When you're off in the bush, you've planned a great big excursion and you got all your gear and your camping bags and everything, and you got spare batteries and you got your spot and you got your phone. Okay, you're probably going to be good. But what happens is you go off and you decide just to go for a little walk. I wonder where that trail goes to. I think I'm just going to go around the other side of that lake. Or you know what? I'm just going to go hunting today. It looks like I got an hour's time. I'm just going to head off over here and see what I see. Those are the times when all of a sudden it's like, wait a minute, where am I? Did I come from that way or that way? Now, obviously, this is not in snow time, because unless it was still snowing, I'd just be able to follow my tracks out, and that would be a real blessing. Okay, but let's say it's summertime. I've gotten to that point where I don't know where I'm at, and I only got a couple hours before dark, and I'm nervous. I don't know where I am. I know I'm not too far, because I haven't taken, I've only walked for about an hour or something like that. An hour or two, it's just a day. And so I know I'm not too far. How am I gonna, what am I gonna do? Well, they'll always tell you, you need to stay where you are. Well, that's good advice for if you're really lost way out there. The next day, they're gonna send someone to come and get you, but you're gonna have to spend the night out in the forest. And when you don't have a sleeping bag and everything, that is not fun any time of the year. So now you got to figure out, well, how am I going to make it back? Now, I don't want to just stop and just stay here and wait, because I don't want to have to wait all night in the forest, right? So I got to try and find my way out. But this is where people get themselves into trouble. You start to panic. You say, okay, I am absolutely sure it's that way. I got 2 hours. I'm going to walk as fast as I can for 2 hours, and for sure I'm going to come across that road that I left. Okay, but guess what? You're going the wrong direction. You don't know it. You got all turned around. You're heading farther away, and you're just getting more lost, which is why they tell you to stay put. Okay, but we don't want to stay put, because we don't want to stay the night here. But we know where we are right now, so we're going to mark that spot, all right? So wherever you go, you can have a knife on, whatever knife. This is kind of a machete knife that I like, so I can chop stuff and make it snow on me. So if you want to make a blaze, go like this, okay? I'm heading out that way, so when I turn around and look behind me, I can see I came from that direction. Okay, well, some people say you don't want to damage all those trees. Well, that's just fine. You can find this at any hardware store, on Amazon or anywhere. Is a really, really common item. All it is, some flagging tape. Think about that much. Doesn't really matter. You want to mark that. Just like that, right? You want some left hanging there, because that's going to just kind of catch in the wind. Now you can see behind me, I know exactly where I came from. So I'm going to keep doing that. I'm going to keep doing that, and I'm going to walk for about a half an hour. So I know that I can come back. I'm going to walk for about a half an hour. I've got a clear trail back. In a half an hour, I haven't come across the road. I should have come across the road in that time, right? Okay, so I must be heading the wrong direction. I'm going to turn around, and I'm going to go back, follow all my markers back to my original marker. Okay, I'm back in that spot. Now I'm going to go the other way. So as I go the other way, I'm going to make blazes the entire way, or some marking tape the entire way out, another half an hour. Okay, I still didn't come across that road or familiar territory, back I come. I come back here. You can guess you're going to do it all 4 directions. When you're not very far from home, one of those directions is going to lead you across that trail or across that road that you got mistakenly away from. And if you got a flashlight, you can even do this in the dark because you can still see that, right? What else are you going to do in the dark, right? So you got a good chance of finding your way back to your pickup truck. All right, folks. Thanks for watching. There's the Moose Whisperer. More stories and hunting and outdoor adventure advice to come.